Hello, welcome back to our business studies class for the class 12. Today we will be learning about importance of financial planning. Okay, as we know that planning is what it is to be done in future, isn't it? What the planning has to be done in terms of finance, that is financial planning, isn't it? Now what are the importance why we need to do planning for the finance? How to raise the funds, how to utilize the fund, how we can acquire the funds, isn't it? Those things were there in the financial planning. Now why it is important means these are the points which support for the importance or the benefits of financial planning. Okay, advantage, you can say the advantage of financial planning. Now first one is it facilitates collection of optimum funds. See, if we do financial planning, or you can say if the finance manager does the financial planning, then what will happen, there will be optimum funds will be collected. Optimum means neither it is too more, okay, because if there will be excess funds, then that will be unproductive, isn't it? That the funds will be blocked, isn't it? So whatever, how much is required, they estimate first, and then only accordingly they raise the funds. That means unnecessary funds also will not be collected, okay. The required funds only will be collected. That is the main point. Another point says that it helps in fixing the most appropriate capital structure. Okay, because see, financial planning, the finance manager also think about in what way the finance has to be raised, either through issuing of shares or through issuing of debenture, or by asking loan from the financial institution or bank. Okay, because they just analyze the advantage and disadvantage of raising the funds either through shares or through debentures or some other financial institution. See, capital structure you will be learning later on also, meaning, see, I'll be telling in brief. Capital structure means how much will be the debt and how much will be the shares. Okay, what ratio will be there for the shares and debenture, or shares and debts in the company. Okay, that will be fixed by the finance manager. Now if financial planning will be done, that only can be done. Okay, now another one is helps in investing finance in right projects, isn't it? Now you see up to here, you can understand that through financial planning only the finance manager will decide the how much to be make investment. Okay, how much to be make investment in which project, so that there will be nice ROI. ROI means return on investment, isn't it? Return on investment means whatever is made invested, so what return they will be getting, isn't it? What is the rate of investment, that will be ROI. You might have calculated in your ratio analysis chapter, isn't it? Helps in investing finance in right project. If there will be 2-3 projects A, B and C, that from which project they are earning more, in that project only they are going to make investment. Now another one is it helps in forecasting what may happen in future under different business situation in the future, isn't it? In the future what will happen, okay, what will be the prediction also can be done. Okay, in beforehand only the finance manager will understand how much the funds to be kept as reserve for the future contingency, isn't it? What the things is going to happen in their future, they can already predict or forecast. Okay, another one is it helps in avoiding business shocks and surprises and helps the company in preparing the future. Now you see, you have to understand about this shocks and surprises. What means? These are future contingency, or you can say unpredictable situation, isn't it? If the demand is high, then business will be in they have to produce more, isn't it? If the technology changes, then also they have to be ready for facing those kind of changes. Okay, so shocks and surprises will be there because business environment is always dynamic in nature, isn't it? In that case also, finance manager in terms of repairing machineries and all, paying all those losses, they have to be ready. So through planning only they can do. If they plan for their finance, then only they are ready to face any kind of shocks and surprises in the future. Now another one is it helps in coordinating various business functions, isn't it? There will be functions. What kind of function? Production function, distribution function, isn't it? For all those kind of function, business needs what? Finance, isn't it? So easily, if the finance manager has already planned out for the finance, they won't have to face that due to finance scarcity they are not going to produce, or due to this scarcity of fund they are not going to distribute in a proper channel, isn't it? So that the goods will reach to the consumer's place. Okay, so that kind of lackings they don't have to face if they have already done financial planning. There will be coordination among the various functions like production, distribution and other things, sales, isn't it? Now you come through this 7th point. Detailed plans of action prepared and financial planning reduce waste, duplication of efforts and gaps in planning, isn't it? So detailed plan, if they have planned out in detail, if they do this financial planning, then action prepare, plan of action means what is this? This is a kind of budget also. They will already, before they spend something, before they do any expenses, that expenditure and all those things, they have made a action, plan of action means these are the source of income, isn't it? These are the source of our finance, and these are the application of funds. Okay, like that they can make the plans of action, isn't it? They prepare under this financial planning so that it will reduce what? Waste, because they have already made some paperwork, isn't it? These are the things we are going to do it. These are this much is the funds we are having, and this much we are going to utilize, isn't it? And this much we are keeping for the reserve, for the future contingency. So it will reduce what? Wastage, then duplication of efforts, isn't it? And then gaps in planning. Okay. So another one is it tries to link the present with the future. Now planning means what? What it is to be done in future, isn't it? First they will determine and then they will compare the result, future man, right? So they will link this present and then actual performance. Okay, present they will plan out what they are going to do it, and in future after the end of their work they will compare with the planning whether it is tally or not. Okay. If it is not tally, again they replan for the finance, isn't it? Again they redo their all activities. So they can link with the present and then with the future. Future means actual work, present means they are planning right now. Okay, what will happen in the future? They plan right now, isn't it? So that activities and that actual activities they will make compare. Okay, they will link. And if they are not satisfied, again they will replan. Now 9th, it provides a link between investment and financing decision on a continuous basis. Now investment decision is what? Making investment in the fixed assets, current assets, capital budgeting, working capital, isn't it? And then another one is, so for investing only what they do? They finance, isn't it? They raise the funds. After raising the funds, only they can make the investment. Got it? So what they do? It will be linked between this. After understanding what they are going to, what they have decided for finance, isn't it? In which project they are going to finance, or in which work they are going to make investment, then only they will invest. First they finance, no, isn't it? They raise the funds either through equity or through debentures or some other institution, isn't it? So after doing that, collecting of funds, only what they do, they take the decision for financing, and then what they do, they make investment. So there is always link between investment and financing decision, and this will happen in a continuous manner. Now last one is, by spelling out detailed objectives for various business segments, it makes the evaluation of actual performance. Now this 8th and 9th to some extent these are similar, because here also said about they spell out, they make out detailed objectives, isn't it? They make the aim and objectives right now, present, and then what they will do, they have made already plan out, and they make evaluation with the actual performance. Understanding? In your case also, you make a plan right now, isn't it? So how much you are going to score in your future. If you have right now planned out that you will be scoring 100% marks, then only after your actual performance you can match it, isn't it? If you have not planned out in the present time right now, then how can you make the comparison? Can you make the comparison? It's not possible. So in the same manner, what business will do? will also make an objective or planned what they are going to do for the business, any activities, and then they can make the evaluation for the actual performance, means end of the year what performance they have got or received, that performance and the planning performance objectives they can match it. Okay, so these were the financial planning importance, and we'll understand about capital structure. Now what exactly is the capital structure? See, capital structure means it's a proportion of, or you can say combination of debt and equity. Combination of debt and equity. Now what is debt? Debt is the borrowed funds. This is borrowed funds, and equity is shareholders fund. What you can write? Shareholders fund. Okay. Now see, always finance manager tries to balance between this debt and equity. Now debt is always cheaper. Okay, if the return on investment or the earning capacity of the business is more, then they only prefer debt. Always debt means borrowed funds, isn't it? So if they use the debt in more this ratio, if it is 60% and 40% by the reputed company, then they will have the help, financial leverage, which is known as financial leverage. You will be learning later on also. Financial leverage means business is getting help through this debt for financing, isn't it? Business is getting some support from this debt, isn't it? So what type of company prefer this financial leverage, this debt as a financial leverage? Those company which are financially sound, good company, reputed company, isn't it? They are only getting the debt from the outsiders, isn't it? Otherwise, the new growing company, isn't it? Under small companies, it is not possible for them to ask loan and debt continuously, isn't it? So, reputed company, they are easily getting the debt, and they can have more and more support from this financial leverage. Okay. Okay. Thank you.